I'm not going to speak the testimony I gave you. That's about 13 minutes there.
Well, I realize that. That's why I said.
Well, I do have a video that goes through it I'd like you to watch. And overall, we can solve the problems. I had written testimony, so I'm just going to, first testimony I was going to speak, I just want to say a couple of things. For example, with Lyft, why not have travel assistance that can take the disabled on fixed route and get them to their destination safely and successfully? For example, the issue of priority seating has been brought up. They could help get the priority seating cleared. They could help them get a seat. Give them a vest or something so they seem they have some authority. They can help with that problem. Why not for Lyft fares? Not everybody who's disabled is necessarily poor, but many are. Why not raise the fare even at $3, but establish a fund that gives, say, a 20-ride punch pass, 10 round trips each month for half price? If you're poor. Remember, you're already certifying them, you already know about the people. It should not be impossible to get their income. And about the travel assistance, I just want to add, even if they had to be paid, you'd save the money of the vehicle maintenance and the fuel. But I really think there's a lot of people who would volunteer to do that, volunteer to go with a disabled person on fixed route and accompany them to their destination. Addition, another option have like Lyft routes. In other words, say maybe 1 or 2 days each week provide a free Lyft trips to a certain area as long as they're willing to meet Lyft's schedule. Lyft bus would go into the neighborhood and pick everyone up on the same trip who wants to ride Lyft. And that would be a lot cheaper per ride. But of course, the big issue is health care. And in the video presentation that goes with the speech I gave, Neil watched it and he gave me a response, and he said, in it, quote, the key, and I think most of, not all health analysts agree with this, is that employees have to have skin in the game, such as financial incentives for making good decisions, and that this requires a different kind of health plan than is currently in effect. But I don't see the discussion. I don't see any discussion besides how to pay Regents and Kaiser. Bottom line, what I like to see, what I envision is a system where everybody is given an account, given a fund, and they're responsible for their own care. They can make the decisions, and they can get the best value. I mean, if you have insurance, how do you know when you go to the doctor that that's the best choice? Not to mention, lastly, there's a huge overhead insurance. I've seen multiple advertisements, and I showed one today, where they charge cash customers a lot cheaper price than insurance customers. Now that could be that they're being generous, that they think people who are uninsured are that way because they can't afford it. But it could also be that it's a lot cheaper for them to simply get the money right away instead of having the hassle with insurance and try to get around their conflict of interest that they have. Bottom line, you have to remember with insurance, every dollar they pay in claims is less dollar in revenue. And very lastly, overtime. How much of that overtime is getting out because of the health care burden per employee? If health care was not a per employee cost, number one, the district could have as much employees as it wants, and number two, there might be many other businesses who would create more jobs if they didn't also have to pay for health care. And that means more payroll tax revenues, it means more commuters, it means more people working. And the bottom line is, very last sentence, there's a lot of ideas I see out there, a lot of solutions, whether it be Lyft, whether it be the health care, whether it be whatever, where the district could be creative, be aggressive, and look at all the options and solve the problem. And I would really like to work with the district and see that happen. Instead of looking for ways to cut money, we be expanding.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate your written testimony, and you're right, there are a lot of good ideas out there. I would suggest, as Neil first stated, there is online process to go through and give your comment.
Yeah, I've sent in it's a whole video presentation,
Okay.
which goes with that text I've sent in to him and all of you.
Great.
I might just
Thank
note
you.
that we have forwarded that to the board members concerned.